on my mind. If I get things that are on my mind, I can say them. You know, bullying is group think. Bullying is group think. I'm trying to get my head into the fat wrapped around, you know, I don't know, shallow people. People that make fun of other people. People, on YouTube even. People that do parody videos of other people. I know Marshall Elvis Travels may not be the best person in the world, but these people that make videos making fun of him, you know, constantly, they're making fun of him. Talking about bed bugs, talking about this, talking about that, talking about lice in the hair. I mean, all this has nothing to do with the fact that he's a rude person. He's a person who treats people bad. Marshall Elvis Travels is someone who doesn't treat other people always very well. I liked Marshall. I liked Elvis Travels. Marshall, and I like him, and I like his content and YouTube content. I went too far when I allowed him to trash other people on my channel. I was wrong to let him trash others on my channel. I was wrong to let him do that. I shouldn't have let him trash other people on my channel. I should have made him do that crap on his own channel. Not let him trash other people on my channel. Come on my channel and trash other people, insult other people on my channel. You know, I like him. I liked his content, and I liked his van life content. I liked Marshall's content about van life. I like Marshall's content about van life. I did, and I still agree with Bob Wells and the van life idea. That's why I bought my truck camper to begin with. I don't want to be tied down or tethered to a job. I want to work, of course. Working is important to survive, but I didn't want to be tethered to a job that I didn't want to work at. Because I'd been in so many jobs that I hated, I don't like feeling tethered to something that I hate. Bullies, people online or in real life, the group think. What is group think anyway? Group think is, you know, people that talk. You got to try to fit in. You got to dress like other people. You got to do this and that. You got to dress like other people. You got to try to fit in. Hey there, Joseph Camus. Oh yeah, maybe not. But anyway, Joseph Camus, how are you? Good to see you here in the house today. So it's just really all about group think. I don't think that people should be pressured to have group think and group concept and group ideas. I think we should just people that are a little different and odd and freaky or handicapped or deformed. All of us people in 1990, they passed the Americans with Disability Act. George H.W. Bush signed the Americans with Disability Act in 1990. In 1990, I turned 16 years old. That's when my granddad started helping me to learn to drive in 1990 when I was 16 years old. George H.W. Bush signed the Americans with Disability Act into law when I was in high school. And that's the truth. Before that, they started putting up all these ramps to these government buildings, courthouses, public buildings, government buildings. They started putting up ramps, all these handicap ramps everywhere, when that happened. And before that, they really didn't have ramps everywhere in these public places. Public places, courthouses all of them didn't have ramps. Some places maybe had handicap ramps for wheelchairs to get up a ramp into a public building, but a lot of the places weren't required to have those, ramps everywhere in public. They weren't required to. So a lot of places just didn't have the ramps in the public places because they weren't required to do it before 1990. So, groupthink is fitting in. Think is have to fit in. And I also think that all of us should pull our own weight and support ourselves in life and work somewhere. Or you don't have to have a job. If you worked on a farm as a farmhand, or if I had a piece of property and I had someone's in my property to take care of my property and in exchange for a place to live, that would be working. I don't think work has to be a job. I think work can be paying your own way and doing your share. If you live in a commune living situation, living with other people, and you do your everybody comes together and does their part of the work, that's work too. As long as you're paying your own, you know, as long as you pay your own way, I think that's work. But just the group think is when you have to contribute to society. I think that's part of what they call group thinking. Contributing to society, be like everybody else. And some people put it into your mind that you have to try to fit in with your peers. You have to dress like your peers. You have to drive the car they drive. It's pressure they put into your mind to contribute to society and to fit in with society. That's what they want to pressure you to do. The groupthink is pressuring you to fit into something. But you got to realize those people didn't give birth to you. Your mother gave birth to you when you were born. None of these people in society, I mean, you're not adding to society and you're not taking anything away from society either. There's a man named Willard Kitchener McDonald that ran AWOL from World War II in Canada. And he went into the woods and lived for 60 years in a 6 foot by 8 foot log cabin in the woods that he built himself. 6 foot by 8 foot and log cabin, no bigger than my truck camper. That is what led me to buy a truck camper. I want the full portability of van life, like a Class B camper van. Class B camper van has full mobility. You can park it in a single parking place, like a single parking place. You put the truck camper on the truck and you can have full mobility in a parking place or parallel parked on the street, or you can take the truck camper off the truck and it's no longer like a van. It's like a tiny house or a cabin, or like Willard Kitchener McDonald's 6 foot by 8 foot tiny cabin in the woods he lived in for 60 years. And I knew if I can put wood siding on this truck camper, make it into a cabin, and I can have my wood burning stove in here with my wood siding on it and be like Willard Kitchener McDonald. Look that up, everybody. Willard Kitchener McDonald. Somebody told Willard that he wasn't contributing to society. You can watch that documentary. I think it's on YouTube. This documentary is called Willard, the Hermit of Gully Lake. Willard, the Hermit of Gully Lake. You can watch Willard, the Hermit of Gully Lake on YouTube somewhere and find that. Willard, the Hermit of Gully Lake. Willard Kitchener McDonald, who lived in the woods in a tiny log cabin with a wood-burning stove in the middle of that log cabin with a guitar in there for 60 years. So, and that's what I want to be like. Good old Willard. You're against, you see things in society that you think are wrong. And he saw all the war that was going on and killing. And Willard said he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to be like the rest of the people with war and killing. He wanted to go AWOL and refuse to fight and run into the woods, build him a wood cabin and live there for 60 years. Willard Kitchener McDonald. I support the people who do things, but he didn't, and somebody told him he wasn't contributing to society, but Willard said, I may not be contributing, but I'm taking anything away from society either. He's not taking anything away from society. So if you're not contributing to society, you're also not going to, as long as you're not taking anything away from society. You're not hurting other people. You're not doing drugs. You're not selling drugs to children. You're not leaving hypodermic needles on the sidewalk. You're not hurting other people. You're not hurting other people. You don't feel the need to have to fit in. You don't owe it to people to fit in. Be yourself. Number one, there's peers and people want acceptance. When I was a teenager, I really wanted acceptance. And my desire for acceptance came before my self-respect. And I lost my self-respect because people didn't accept me. So I didn't have any self-respect because I didn't have acceptance. But sometimes in life, you have to go on with your life and have self-respect even if people don't accept you. Even if people don't accept you, you have to learn to have self-respect even if people don't accept you. Society may be fair to some people and treat them with respect if they try to fit in. Try to drive the car everybody drives. Try to look like everybody looks. Try to dress like everybody dresses and try to say the phrases like, yo, hey, what's up? And all the phrases that everybody says. And people will be fair to you when you try to act like other people. Try to look like other people and they will be fair to you. Some people, if you have a deformity or a handicapped, society will not be fair to you. They will not give you the justice that you deserved. They will treat you like they will not treat you the same. If someone is good looking and they apply for a job as an engineer, They may get the job as the engineer, but if someone is ugly or handicapped, they may not get the job. People may turn you down for promotions, turn you down for good jobs because they don't want a boss who's handicapped. They don't want a boss who has a deformity. They may not want a boss who is a foreigner. People have prejudices, and sometimes that can knock you out of success in life. So when people tell you to fit in and try to contribute, society casts you out. There was a phrase song in the 90s. It said, conform or be cast out. So that song says conform or be cast out. Tell me who that in the comments below who that song is says conform or be cast out. Your choice is to conform or be cast out. And that's the truth. It's just a harsh reality. Society has become so sophisticated. So sophisticated. But, it's like someone a long time ago said the word sophisticated savages. And it's like we're still sophisticated savages. When, if one of the monkeys doesn't fit in, the other monkeys will take a rock and hit him in the head. Another monkey will take him and hit him in the head with a rock and kill him because they don't fit in with the other monkeys. It's that animal, that lower nature, that nature for people to do things like that. But people are supposed to rise above that. That's what God is about, and God and believing in God. And I know that Christians are not like other religions. Christians may say you're nasty for being gay or being this way or that way or sinful, but their beliefs. They believe in doing to others as you'd have them doing to you. Treat other people the way you want to get treated. Love your enemies. Love your neighbors. God told the Israelites a long time ago to wash their hands before they ate bread. Thus killing microorganisms and bacteria on your hands. Thousands of years before people ever even knew what microorganisms or bacteria were. And those people were efficiently killing bacteria on their hands. In the ancient times, were killing bacteria on their hands by washing their hands when they ate bread. They were killing bacteria without even knowing it. By washing their hands, washing the bacteria off their hands, being clean and healthy. The Jewish religion and the old ancient Israelites had a system. If you follow the law of Moses, it doesn't matter if you're ugly or good looking or whatever. If you're handicapped or whatever, you'll be treated with, Jesus according to early Christianity. If you treat other people with respect, you will be respected too. In Christianity, it discourages materialism. Materialism is not good because materialism and shallowness is not good to be shallow. Shallowness makes people treat people a certain way based on what they have and don't have, how they look and don't have. Look, the book of James, in the New Testament, the book of James, it says you shouldn't treat someone with, hey there, Charles Richardson, good to see you in the house. Subscribe if you haven't, Charles Richardson. They treat people, it says, if you look down at somebody who's a lowly man, you're sinning. You're sinning by looking down at the lowly man. If you look down at someone who doesn't have as much, you're sinning. The book of James says you should treat, it says, let those who have high degree humble themselves, but let the lowly man rejoice in his exaltation. Let the lowly man exalt in his exaltation. If you're concerned about your sins, your own personal sins, and you're looking at your own sin, it's a way of introspection. Instead of focusing on what your peers think about you and what people think about you and try to fit in, it gives you a focus in life. Having a focus is good in life, and religion for me is a focus. It helps me to focus on God and what God says, what I am really obligated to do in life. I have to pay my own way and not steal and scam people. I have to be honest. I have to treat my neighbor as myself and treat other people the way I want to be treated. Those are the things I'm responsible for in life. If people think I'm ugly or stupid, that's not my responsibility in life. That's not, God created me the way I am. I was fearfully and wonderfully made. In my mother's womb, I was formed. In my mother's womb, God, thou hast formed me in my mother's womb. Thou hast formed me in my mother's womb. And that's what I am. I was formed in my mother's womb. It's not my responsibility to try to get my peers to accept me. Yes, love one another, Charles Richardson. You're a good person. It's not my responsibility to get my peers to accept me based on how I look, based on my hair, based on this and that. Papa Perk, good to see you. It's not our responsibility to try to strive over what people think about our appearance and if we're fat or ugly or slow or anything. It's our responsibility to do unto others as we would have them do unto us. Focus on what God thinks about us and doing what's right. That is what's right, is doing what's right. And what's killed my faith and hurt my faith in God is trying to scientifically explain it. I don't need to try to scientifically explain God. Um, maybe the things in the Bible that it talks about that are hard to believe, maybe that stuff is parables, like in parables and riddles. Maybe God doesn't come out and tell us the way it is. He tells us in riddles, and that's how we don't understand because it's in riddles. Gemini, nice to see you. I'm glad to see you. And Gemini, subscribe if you haven't. I love you, and I love all the people, good people here on the bottom of you, top of YouTube or whatever we are. Treat other people the way you want to get treated. Love your neighbors yourself, and it doesn't matter what somebody's going to say about you and your appearance. That's not your responsibility. That's what I learned when I was in the 12th grade of high school. When I was in the 12th grade of high school in 1991, 1992, I graduated from high school in 1992. When I graduated from 1992 and I started focusing on God and what God thinks about me and my sins. You see, people beat you down in life because of things you can't help, like parents or whatever. But if you focus on your sins, you're focusing on what you can change, and you focus on what you're really responsible for. That's the problem. You're not responsible for fitting in with your peers. You're not responsible for driving a cool car. You're not responsible for wearing cool clothes. You're not responsible for saying cool phrases. And you're not responsible for hiding your deformities or hiding the things that are wrong with you in life. Your responsible is to live right, treat other people the way you want to get treated, and live by God's laws. You know? Just if you have trouble believing in the existence of God, realize that maybe before the Bible was written, God spoke through other religions. And if the Bible gets to the point to where it's forgotten and not printed anymore and people forget about the Bible, maybe God will speak through another religion. But maybe God spoke through different religions. Maybe religions are the work of man, but God speaks through those. And he inspires the Bible anyway. So that's what we have to do, is just believe that God is mysterious. God spoke through Jesus, but God is mysterious, and nobody can explain the existence of God. People have the Big Bang Theory, and it all happened on accident. The whole universe is an accident. How can it be an accident? Everything is so precise. All the situations have to be totally, perfectly precise for life to exist on this planet. It's more than a coincidence. There was a car that was 14 years old in 1997. It was a 14-year-old car that I had remembered that God spoke to me in this car a few years back, and I was walking in the rain in the middle of nowhere, and that 14-year-old car, not it, but another one just like it, pulled up and picked me up in the road. It was a sign. I felt like it was a sign to let me know God exists. So I think God is mysterious, and I like the Jewish way of thinking. Because Jewish, I believe in Jesus. It was planned out. Yeah, I think so too. But Jewish way of thinking is that you can't explain the existence of God. God is so high and mysterious. He's so far above us. In the Old Testament it says, as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways. My ways are higher than your ways. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways. And so are my It says, exalt him who rides on the clouds. God is so far above us. Jesus was a man, and I believe in Jesus was a Messiah, but at the same time, he's a physical man. You can't connect God to a physical man and say God's a physical man sitting on a physical chair in heaven. And there's literally a river made of crystal river in heaven. All that stuff is analogies. It's metaphors to get you to understand heaven, but it's a physical representation of something. So many people have died and came back to life in the operating room. I mean, they said they saw things when they died. And too many people. So I just think that the Bible is true, but the way it says things, it's riddles to help you understand. in man's language. But we can never understand the mysterious truth of what God really looks like or what God is. God may not be a physical man. He's maybe some kind of a organism or spirit or some kind of a great consciousness. The Native Americans called him the Great Spirit. And I believe that maybe God spoke through the Native Americans. I believe that God can speak through all religions because, different religions are different riddles to help you to understand God in different ways. So God, the concept of God is a universal consciousness. It's put in all man's minds since the beginning of time. The concept of God has been around since the beginning of human society, human civilization. And God spoke to these religions since the beginning of human civilization. If you want to hit me up on my super chat, hey there, Tasha Teeling, how are you? If y'all want to light me up on your super chat, you can. I'm going to try to find some good food online here. I'm going to try to get some, go through the store and look at some international foods. I want to go to some Middle Eastern markets, maybe a Asian market, and look at the foods in these international markets and find food there. And so these different kinds of foods. Yeah, so anyway, I just think that God is mysterious and we can never try to understand. The more you try to prove God's not true. Oh, Tasha, thank you. Yay. Thank you. Woo. All right. Thank you for the super chat. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Thank you for the super chat. Doo-dah. I appreciate that, Tasha Teal. We love you. Just think this the concept of some kind of a thought. Anyway, so I just thought I would come in here and say hi to everyone. It's time for us to learn how to speak the right way. But, the Babylonian religions, which is what Marshall called the Assyrian religion, is Babylonian, and the Assyrian god Ashur. All that stuff existed even before Judaism, maybe. So even if it did exist before Judaism, maybe God spoke through the Assyrian religions before Judaism was even came around. God spoke through them back then. The Assyrian god Ashur way, 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 way back thousands of years ago. And he spoke through those religions back then. He spoke through all these different religions back through the history of time. So it gives me something to hang on to. All the people that are dying of cancer, I'm thinking of all those good people that died of cancer, the people that are facing cancer, and all these things. It gives them something to hang on to. And it's a divine type of rules to live by. It helps me to focus my mind too. So I'll be right back. Okay, yes. I had to use my Walmart bags. So, good to see everybody in here. Oh, Lord, excuse me. It's so good. So, good to see you, Tasha. Good to see Papa Perk. Everyone else here in the realm of consciousness. I can be like Jimmy Swaggart. Jimmy Baker. I can be like Jim Baker. All right, everybody, light me up on the super chat. Val, pay unto the Lord your God. So if you give me your super chat, you're actually tithing. If I'm giving you a sermon in here, yeah, Jim Baker's buckets, exactly, Tasha. If I'm in here, preaching to you all, and you donate on my chat, you don't have to go to church to pay your tithe to the Lord. If you want to pay your tithe to the Lord, you can give me your super chat. I'm joking, guys. I mean, if I did, I'll tell you what, if you did give your tithe to me, I would spend it on giving it to homeless people and stuff like that. I would go out and I would give money, spend all that money on other people. I would go out and give the money to other people if they gave me their tithe on the super chat, but you would have to say it's a tithe. You have to put it in the message that it's a tithe, and I would go out and I would give money. Yeah, but if I did that, I promise I won't extort money and steal money. I would actually use it for the purposes of God. I would actually go out and buy a lot of food, and if you give me $5 and $10 in the super chat, then I would spend $10 on food, and I would take it to a food bank. I would give it to a food bank, and that would be God's work. You know, I'm not going to indoctrinate people with religion. Just steal it and do what you want. Yeah, it's a good thing. Anyway, people, but it's a bug in here. It's a moth or something. Yes, babies. Moth of all different kinds of life perplexes me. Life perplexes me. I had a dog that got hit by a car a couple of years ago, and you look at a living being, and it's not an object. It's a person, or a canine is a person. You look into their eyes, even if you're looking into a dog's eyes. You know, if you look into a dog's eyes, you see a person's eyes. You see a person when you look into a dog's eyes. But if it's dead, it's nothing but a carcass. I mean, it's nothing, it's not a living thing anymore. From the time that animal dies or that person dies, it's no longer a person. I know it's the body of a person, but it's just a shell. There's an invisible part of a person that when they die, it just disappears. It's the essence of a person, it's the aura of them. And when a person dies, their aura disappears. And that body just becomes a shell. It's just like a snake sheds its skin. And it's like when you die, your body sheds its skin. You're shedding the mortal coil. That's an old phrase people used to use when people die. You die, your spirit remains, but you die, you shed the mortal coil. You shed the mortal coil. If you shed the mortal coil, you're shedding your skins, just like a snake sheds its skins. And you die on the operating. I've seen the universe. Come with me, yay, Tasha. Good. We can fly off into Boitland, Boitland. But honestly, people say they've died on the operating table and they've seen their body laying there and stuff. You know, I think that that's true, and we don't understand why God didn't help people. Sometimes people die of sicknesses and cancer, and God didn't help them. They die. Look at all the people in that building collapse. Look at all the people in Surfside. I'm sure there were some good people in that building and that died in Surfside collapse. And 98 people died in there. How does 98 people, how does a building collapse because of the stupidity of the builder? But anyway, no, he's not. That's not true. I'm going to try to believe in God and respect God. We all have our own opinions, but um, we had all those people die. 98 people, you know. 98 people die in here. 98 people die. I know God doesn't always help us, but I just want to try to do what I can. Okay, yeah, I'm glad everybody's in here, and I'm glad we got good people in here. We got Tasha Teeling in here. We've got Papa Perk in here, Gemini, Z Girl. I've not seen Gemini in here. Good to see you, Gemini. Charles Richardson, you're good to have you in here. I'm glad I've got a few good people in this home, in this chat here. Tasha, what do you think about this wood burning stove? Is it too close to the wall? It's not too close, is it? And then I'll pick the window out and run it out the wall. What do you think about the wood burning stove? I've been practicing. You can see the paint's burnt right off it. I'm burning the paint off the wood stove. You see all the ash in here? Yeah. Oh, good, Tasha, good. Don't have nothing to worry about. The paint's burning right off this thing. I'm going to put another layer up inside this top here so it won't burn, the fire won't burn through the burn through the tin here. But you can't use aluminum because aluminum will melt. And this inside of here is starting to melt and stuff. It's warping and stuff really bad, the aluminum is. So it's just, the aluminum just can't handle the heat. All that's doing that. That aluminum, it's not paint on there. It's black. It's actually turned black. The aluminum is just can't handle it, Can't make a smokestack out of aluminum. It just can't work. You can't make a smokestack out of aluminum. You have to have a steel smokestack. So anyway, I love my hood there. My range hood turned out real well. I'm really happy. And look at this. Show you this. If you haven't seen them, but I like the way this bathroom turned out. Check this out. See? See, I painted my ceiling. It has contrast. That is pretty good, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Tasha. Thank you. Yeah, I got my ceiling painted there. And I did a little contrast. It's all about contrast to me. Decor and contrast and everything. Preparing for the winter months. Preparing for the winter weather. I took this light and moved it over here. I moved it over here. It was back there behind the television set. But I don't need it over there. I just took it and ran it off this circuit here and just added this light here above my bed so you can have your books and read in bed. So I finally got my mattress all dried out, so I'm glad of that. Ooh, nice night. Ooh, nice weather. Madam X, hey, thank you. Thanks, Madam X. Thank you for coming into the stream. I appreciate it. Yeah. Got my guitar in here. I got my porch light going. See, look at this. See, got my porch light going. Maybe I'll get a green porch light. Or a blue one. I'll get a blue porch light. Blue lives matter. I'll get a blue porch light. Or a COVID one for green. Something crazy. Yeah, he does. He does. That thing about Marshall, he just doesn't always treat people well. Robin equals Robin. Animex is Robin. Okay. But, Marshall, the way he is, I mean, Tasha, she's had her experiences with him. So, we've all had our experiences. Just not let people burn us over and over. You can't let people burn us over and over. We have to try to look out for ourselves the best we know how. And so, I am news to me. Oh, okay, Madam X. Good to see you. I am news to me. Oh, she did. Okay, anyway. Love. I like Tasha's disco lights in her van. I think that's the whole point of if you're going to live in a vehicle or an RV or a van. It's the mental aesthetic part of living in a vehicle. It's got to feel like a home, You've got to create some kind of decor. You've got to create some kind of a home. And I like, hey, Dude Abides, good to see you. I'll sing for you guys. I'll do that. I'll sing for you guys. Dude Abides, good to see you in the house tonight. And, I think Tasha's done a good job with her van. Inside of her van, she's created a home inside of her van to make it feel like a home. And I think even if it's a tiny space like a truck camper or a van or anything else, box truck, whatever, you've got to create a home inside of it. You've got to have the things you like the most. I mean, a couch to sit on and drink beer, a bed to sit on, disco lights, mood lighting. Mood lighting in any space it does a lot of good. Mood lighting just does a lot for the decor of a home or anything. It just creates a decor, the ambiance, You've got to have some ambiance inside. You've got to have some ambiance inside of your tiny home. You've got to have ambiance inside of it. So, I think if you've got some ambiance inside there, that'll be a good thing to have ambiance inside of there. You got to have some ambiance. The dude abides. You know how to make curtains? I do. Homes where the heart is. That's true. Good evening, you all. I do know how to make curtains. The dude abides. I know how to do it. It's just like I made this seating and all. Okay. I can make curtains. Okay. Let's sing a song. There, there, You can light me up on the super chat, everybody. If you want to, I will spend that money on food in an international market. I will find some foreign international recipes to cook, and I'll cook them in this truck camper. I will do it. I need to make some good stuff, some good food. Throw up your cigarette lighters, yay. Everybody sings about Elvis travels. He's the king of the free world. King of the free world. And boy, God, you too. Every morning I sing you. I miss you so in the morning. Super chat, super chat, super chat, super chat is where it's at. Sing to the super chat. Oh, sir, most certainly so. How for news, sir? I just killed my bank card trying to send a super chat. Oh, I'm sorry. Pay your taxes. Super chat shuffle. Yay. Oh, thank you, Tasha Teeling, for your super chat. I appreciate that. I need PayPal super chat. Takes too much of the donation. It's not worth it. Oh, yeah, that's true. Thanks for the heads up, Leslie. Wesley. Thank you, Leslie, for coming in. Leslie, if you want to join the channel, if you want to subscribe, that's a nice thing to do. Subscribe to my channel. I am here for you. Remember, I'm here to be someone to teach, to learn, and to experience with you the rudimentary parts of life. I want to help you as you help me. I'm wearing crooked glasses, aren't I? Google usury. Okay. You provide all the entertainment, not they one half the donut. Oh, yeah, that's true. I need to get my PayPal on. I get my groove on my PayPal for you. Yay. I've helped everyone. I hope I've helped someone this evening to learn some things, understand, and be able to learn the things that we can learn in life together. That's why if anyone ever wants to join, they can join. I'm gonna have special content, special content on my channel to me. Have the voices said anything we should know lately? No, not lately, Tasha. Not lately. The good voices are the ones I want to try to listen to. I want to try to listen to the good voices. Every good voice has spoken to me. It's taught me a lot about life, about understanding. Yes, is my tooth broke off on me. Breaking. A broken hat completely broke off, see? Complete. I need to have the root taken out. Yeah, it broke off on me the other day. And it don't hurt or anything. And I was just sitting there eating a piece of pizza and the thing broke off on me. Can you believe it? Yeah, it just broke completely off. It just broke off. It was chipping really bad at the root. It was chipping at the root and then it just completely broke off on me. You know what would be funny if they sold dentures at the Dollar Tree? Made out of cheap plastic. It would be funny. Dentures at the Dollar Tree made out of cheap plastic. That would be so funny. Dentures at the Dollar Tree. There was a group that's a comedy band that was called the Yellow River Boys. It's really funny, the Yellow River Boys. It's part Russ Ballard voices. It's part of living in the third world. Oh, yeah. Russ Ballard. It's part of living in the third world. Yeah, that makes sense. It does. Greatest country in the world, and you can't have a full set of teeth. That makes sense, you know. Makes sense. Yeah, dental work is so expensive. Dental work is so expensive in today's world. People have to go to Los Algodones, Mexico to be able to get their teeth worked on. And a long time ago when I was working, before I had dental insurance, I didn't have any dental insurance, you know. Working, it was way before Obamacare. You know, I didn't go to the dentist because the dentist wanted $3,000 to do all kinds of stuff. And I went to a nice dentist, but this dentist wanted to do, they wanted to sell me veneers. They tried to sell me veneers and everything else. They're just wanting to capitalize. It was a big country club dentist. They wanted to sell me veneers on my teeth and everything. Oh, yeah, Halloween vampire teeth. Absolute trash. Exactly, the truth. Yeah, that's what it's all about, is that you can't even, I mean, it's hard to do. And so, Yeah. If they just wanted to make money by selling me a lot of crazy stuff, like veneers and stuff I didn't need on my teeth. And they sold me this $400 bite guard to sleep with. They pressured me with that. I never wore the $400 bite guard because it's just uncomfortable. But I had it, several years, and I never really worn it. The bite guard. So, a $400 bite guard. That's the way things are. Would have thought that they were. Yeah, they are, Tasha. I went to a place called recently, not too long ago. It's called Aspen Dental. We're the only creatures on Earth that have to pay to exist. Yeah, no, Madam X, that makes a lot of sense. Being trans images everything, and they know it. Yeah, that's true, and they want to do a lot of stuff like boob jobs and stuff. People need their heads caved in. Yeah, they do, Tasha. Yeah, images everything. That's the way they think. Boob jobs and butt jobs and everything. I mean, it's good if a person wants to do that has the money to do stuff like that. I'm happy for them. They look good and want to look good and this stuff. It's good that people can look as good as they can, but, whatever people do, but it's not the necessity of transition. We just have to do what we have to do. You know, Years ago, I actually tweezed my eyebrows out and they never really grew back. I used to have eyebrows. I do. Yeah, we all deserve to look our best, I guess, but to take care of ourselves and look our best. But I guess that I need to try to just come up to a look that I can live with. Come up to a look that I can live with and accept. I tweeze my eyebrows out, but I tweeze them too much, and they never really grew back totally. My eyebrows never really grew back. But I used to have thick eyebrows. I used to have really thick eyebrows. I have some old pictures. Maybe I'll put together a montage of pictures of myself when I was younger. Montage of younger pictures of me with full thick eyebrows, just like Tom Cruise. They can build tanks and bombs, and you can't have teeth. I know it sucks, doesn't it? Sucks totally, completely. It sucks. But I wanted to try to get a hairpiece that's like a medical grade hairpiece, that sticks on your head. That's a medical grade. But yeah, I'll maybe put together a montage. I had thick eyebrows like Tom Cruise. Big, thick eyebrows. Like Rich Life of Road Trips. Or someone's eyebrows like that. Thicker than that, actually. You have thick eyebrows, really thick eyebrows. I tweezed my eyebrows and tweezed them. And they were not level. One was higher than the other. Yeah, thick eyebrows are stupid, but Madonna, I remember when Madonna came out, she had thick eyebrows. But she was pretty with them. Madonna was. And I just use a eyebrow pencil. I use a pencil to pencil my eyebrows in a little bit when I do makeup. When I wear makeup, I just use eyebrow pencil. I was thinking of that thing called tattooed makeup, permanent eyeliner. I always thought about permanent eyeliner. That would be pretty cool to have permanent eyeliner. Yeah, when I would wear makeup, I would usually put on eyeliner. But permanent eyeliner would be pretty cool. A medical grade hairpiece is, yeah, a medical grade hairpiece is just a wig it has glue tape around the edges and you can glue it onto your head. You can glue it on. And it's just more real looking. And some people can get them financed with their insurance, medical insurance, their wigs, their medical grade hair pieces. Medical grade. She did not shave her armpits? Madonna? Well, I didn't know that. It's kind of weird. I was in college in the 90s. Never a straight answer. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, they are. Yeah. So anyway, NASA, never a straight answer. Never a straight answer wig. Yeah, the medical grade hair pieces or mascara, uh, medical grade hair pieces. I don't know. They have full lace. The whole top of it is a mesh. What they call hand tied. They're like hand tied wigs. Completely hand tied that you can stick it on your head. It's adhesive to stick on your head. You know, for cancer stuff like that. They use those kind of wigs for cancer people patients. You know, it's a medical grade hair piece for cancer people. Oh, thank you, Madam X. Yeah. But anyway, I've got several old wigs, but all my wigs that I wear are human hair, you know. Borderlands. Good night, Robin, and good night, Lurkers. Good night, Tasha. We love you. Thank you for coming in here. Thank you again for your super chat, and think of everybody. Everybody is good in the house today. Good people are in the home. Tave Me Faye Baker had tattoos and mascara. I didn't know that, Madam X. Yeah, I didn't know she had her eyeliner tattooed on. Makeup on. Flex steel hairpiece. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Madam X. Those salons for black women usually have good wigs. Yeah, I've actually been to some of those Dudabides. I've been to a couple of those black women hair salons, and I bought a couple of wigs at those kind of places. Yeah, exactly. A couple of those wigs that are at those black places. Pretty good, you know. You know what I like? The color I like is called ombre. Ombre hair. Ombre is pretty cool, where it's like blonde with black, dark brown underneath and blonde on the top. I like the ombre look of hair. I like to go to that stuff. I don't care if it's mostly for, you know, Latino women. I don't care. The Latino look is nice. Even the trans Latinas. The Latino, trans women, you know, Latino women always have sexy style. That's why I like that about the Latina. They have sexy style, and they always have a sexy look, sexy style, and the trans ladies too. Trans girls in the Latina, they wear big earrings and stylish hairdos and sexy outfits, and you know they dress that way. You know they have their stylish, sexy blue velour wigs. Oh well, I'm out. Well, see you, Tasha. Good to see you. Yeah, the Latina trans women. I've been looking at the Latino women. Their styles are pretty cool. You know the way they present themselves, the women. Kind of edgy, a little attitude, but you know, glamour. You know the Latino look. You know, and stuff like that. And so yeah, I've actually been on here quite a while, guys. Oh my god, really? Oh my god. It's totally for sure. It was real. Oh, Grody. Totally. You think you God. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll catch you on the flip side. Like, share, subscribe, join the revolution. It's coming up on an hour, so I will see you where the sun don't shine. Good night, everyone. Thank you for Madam X. Thank you, Madam X. Thank you, um, the Dude Abides. Thank you, Tasha. Thank you, everyone else for coming in and being a part of the conversation. Thank you, everyone, for part of it. Thank you, Leslie. And we'll see you where the sun don't shine. How do you do that?